Today. Let's answer the question of our generation. Is college worth it? Ultimately, I had a great college experience, but at the same time, I had some pretty rough moments. I struggled for years to find my mate. It was pretty hard to make friends out of a pretty small bubble, and at the end of the day, it was extremely expensive. But that left me curious. Was it just rough for me? This question must be answered. Is college really worth all the money, stress, the social anxiety, constant pressure from education systems that aren't built for the individual, but built for the masses? Also the $60,000 or maybe $80,000 a year that it might be for most universities, if you're not in state, of course. Is it really worth it? I'll be honest, I don't really know. So let's go check out what actual college students have to say about this at the University of Washington in Seattle and find out if it's really worth it. Let's get it. Okay. Excuse me. Sorry to bug you guys. Excuse me, sir. Do you think college is worth it?
I certainly think college is worth it.
Yeah, you're starting to think?
I think it's a lot of fun, and I've been learning a lot, which is nice.
Like, was there a point where it was like tough and then it got easier, or was it like?
I think it's always been a little bit hard just with like balancing everything, but it's been a great learning experience on how to like live on my own and make friends, and I think all the friends I've made here helped me realize that this is a really good choice and a really good experience.
Sure. How about like from an educational perspective? Do you think you're like learning a lot to like have you move on to the next step?
I think so. I don't really know what I want to do next year, but after I graduate, so we'll see. But I love everything I've been learning so far, and all my classes are super interesting.
Cool. Are you a senior graduating?
I am a senior.
What's your major?
Psychology.
What's your year and major?
I'm a junior and I'm studying aerospace engineering.
Whoa. Respect. Would you say college has been worth it for you?
I mean, it's fun. It's definitely like a nice step to have before like real adulthood. You learn a lot. You learn how to like socialize with a bunch of different people. I feel like the actual educational aspect I could have done myself for the most part, but it's nice to kind of like know how to do things, you know, or like what you do need to do. And obviously, like to do engineering, you need like an actual degree.
Anyway, even with aerospace that you could do on your own, that's crazy.
Well, like that's what I kind of do for the most part. You just a bunch of Wikipedia trails. it works out well. Like I have like a deeper understanding of things, and I think if I just like use the course material, but it's just mainly my learning style. I can't really go to class and shit.
For sure.
It's great.
Love it. Yeah. Do you recommend college for someone who's like looking into it?
I definitely do. Make sure you weigh out your like financial pro and cons. Like this is the only school I could afford. I didn't want to leave. I didn't want to stay in Washington, but like in-state tuition and.
Same here. I was with you. Yeah.
I feel like it'll be like valuable in my career. Obviously, with engineering, I think it's definitely important to kind of know what you're doing and like what you're going into before you kind of commit, because it's expensive and like you're kind of forced down the path. But yeah, I think it's worth it.
Thank you. What's your guys' years and major?
I am a freshman. I am a linguistics major.
I'm a freshman and I am engineering underclass.
Was college worth it for you guys?
Yes. Despite my current state under a tree, yes, it was worth it.
1.25. I get it.
I think so.
You're obligated to say yes because you met me.
Okay, fine. Yes.
Lovely. Thank you.
We'll
Hell
see.
yeah.
Out of state, we'll see if it keeps being worth it. But so far, yeah.
Wait, why or why not for both you guys?
Out of state, it's a lot of money.
Is the money worth it?
Right now, so far, yeah.
Okay.
See me in 4 years and what job I get to pay it back? Yes or yes.
Ask you when you're 10 years in debt, at least.
For sure.
Yeah. What made it worth it for me? I like living in the city, and I like living around people who actually care about what they're learning.
Sweet. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's pretty fun, yeah. I think you learn a lot of new things, you meet a lot of new people. You get interviewed too, so that's pretty cool.
Hey.
I would say it's pretty much worth it as long as like you know your goals. Even though if you don't know your goals, you can still explore. To say like if going to college is like it's worth it or not, it's like a highly subjective question.
Right, yeah, for sure.
So I think it really depends.
Yeah, depends on like your needs and like
what you want, as well as like what your parents and people around you.
For sure.
What they wish you to do. For sure.
Sure. Yeah, are you a grad student by chance?
No, I'm second year.
Second? Oh, you're a sophomore?
Yes.
Oh, well, you look like more mature. That's really cool. Yes, what's your year and major?
I'm a freshman, and my major right now is pre-health sciences or like biology.
Respect the real heroes out here. Do you think college has been worth it for you so far?
Yeah, it's taught me a lot about myself. It is difficult just getting used to like actually studying, because like in high school it's hard to go from like getting good grades all the time, like straight A's and like a couple B's, to being like on the brink of like failing and stuff, and having to like retake classes and understand that it's more than just like getting it done for completion, and more about like actually retaining the information, because like this is what you're going to be doing student for the rest of your life. And it is like, it's harder on top of that and more freedom. So it's like more on you. It is worth it. Like if you can afford it or like fill out scholarships or like have the time to do what it is you need to do to find the resources for it, I would say it's worth it.
Do you recommend it to people who might be looking into it right now, especially at like UW because it's like such a big school?
Yeah, I would recommend it. Not only do you learn a lot about yourself, but in like the long run, it's like, it's very worth it, because if you go into a certain career and you're just starting off at entry level and you work your way up that way, it's going to be harder than if you went to college, got the degree, and then you already start at like a higher level. Long run, it's like sort of an investment, even though it can be like really expensive depending on like, you know, your resources or where you come from. It can be like helpful in the long run.
Oh, what's your year and major?
I'm a freshman and I'm intending to major in bio.
Solid. Trying to go medical?
No.
Oh. Okay, that's okay. I was just wondering. Would you say college has been worth it for you so far as a freshman?
I think it's definitely been worth it. Very different from what I wanted to experience, but it's been good so far.
What has made it worth it, I guess?
Just meeting new people, making new friends.
What has not made it worth it?
It's hard. School's hard.
Yeah. Do you think it's because like UW is such a big university? Because I graduated from here too, and it was tough.
Yeah, I think it's because UW is such a academically rigorous institution.
Puts you in the ringer, literally.
Yeah.
What's your year and major?
Graduate student in MSIM, and this is my first year for graduate program.
Oh, nice. I was undergrad info, so nice.
Same, MSIM, first year.
Nice.
Yeah.
Same.
MSIM first years. All right, let's get it. Go high schoolers, technically, right?
Yeah.
Would you guys say college is worth it?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, college is worth it?
Yes, if you get a job.
Yeah, if you get a
decent
job. Why is it worth it for you guys, I guess?
Well, of course, realistically, get a job to build your human capital and also the experience.
Social experience or like building friendships and relationships or like...
Yeah, all kinds of experiences.
I mean, you're honestly paying for the degree as well as friends.
Second on that.
I guess, why would you guys say it's not worth it then?
It's expensive.
Yeah.
Especially for out-of-state students.
Out-of-state grad school especially, right? Sorry to bug you guys. Yeah, what's you guys' year and major?
We're majoring in mechanical engineering.
Yeah.
We are first year master students.
Yeah, both of you?
Yeah.
Nice, oh yeah. Do you think like college overall, like undergrad or masters, do you think it's worth it?
Definitely. I think the university is like a very inclusive and very diverse environment, and you can expose yourself to a lot of different aspects, different people. You won't have the chance to do that if you are not in college.
Never thought.
Yeah.
How about you?
In general, yeah. But I don't know, it depends on what you're studying too. I mean, like, for some degrees, like the liberal majors, I'm not really sure if it's worth it because it's kind of expensive, school's expensive. And like generally, I think medical is really worth it because you can't really learn outside university for that.
College, is it worth it? Okay. Dude, I've never been on this before. So is college worth it? I don't know. As always, I think the answer is it depends. Depends on your major, depends on what you want to study. If your job even requires a major, if it's more traditional. If you're used to like actually studying, you're not just trying to get good grades and memorizing just to get good grades. Very interesting. Very interesting. This is kind of nice. Huh? True jump flip. Oh, dude, my legs. Help! My leg! I was like a low squat, Oh, you got me? You got me? What? Brother. Yeah, what's your year and major?
My year, I'm a senior now, and I'm in international studies.
Would you say college and university has been worth it for you?
I would say overall, yeah. I always look at it as if you have a degree, why not? But I wouldn't say, it depends on really what you want to do. For me, I think it ended up working out.
The ball in the cup game. So interesting. Man, it's college. You never know. Yeah, what year and major are you?
I'm a sophomore, and I'm majoring in cinema media studies.
Solid. Would you say college has been worth it for you so far?
Yeah, college as like an institution, you can learn a lot of stuff, but also like there's other means to do stuff like YouTube and like learn yourself. But I think college as like a place, it's totally worth it because you make connections. There's communities. Like we have our club here.
This is so cool, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, it's just truly like it's amazing. Yeah. And I wouldn't trade this time in the world. And while like school, I'm the biggest fan, but it will like further my like goals and things I'm trying to do. So as a means to an end, it's like the best thing to do, in my opinion.
That's so cool. Some great insights. Very great insights. Is that a birdhouse? Hey, yo, it's kind of cute. Not too shabby, not too shabby.
I am a freshman and I'm trying to major in biology.
Would you say college has been worth it for you so far?
I really think it depends where you go. Because here it's pretty good, but also I think it's a lot of work. And I just think that like a lot of jobs need a college degree and that's iffy. But also you could totally find a job with that one and do fine. So it sort of depends on what you want to do.
Bro, I forgot how big UW is. It's like crazy how like big of a school it is. So many people, it's wild. Kind of intimidating.
Electrical engineering.
Oh, solid.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Did you go here?
I did, yeah. I majored in informatics. Just graduated like a few months ago.
Really?
So, yeah.
Congratulations.
Thanks, appreciate that. Wait, what year were you?
Senior now.
Senior?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Would you say college has been worth it for you so far?
I'd say so. It is a little hard sometimes, but if you stick to it, it's pretty good. I think for me, mainly it's just to meet people.
Yeah.
That's the best thing. It's like, cause like everything you can pretty much learn online and stuff. You just mainly meeting people, like getting to know people, like meeting being part of like something bigger. So that's pretty cool.
Excuse me, sorry to bug you guys. Yeah, what's your year and major?
I'm a freshman, but I did 2 years of running start. So technically I'm like a late sophomore.
Would you say college is worth it for you?
Right now, yes.
Why do you say that?
Because if not, I would probably just be like working at like a restaurant job. I mean, I still don't know what I want to do, but at least I'm still taking classes.
Would you recommend it to someone who is like looking into college?
Honestly, it depends. If you don't have an idea of what you want to do, then don't go to actually no, you should go to college, I feel like.
Okay.
It's the opposite. Normally people tell you the opposite, but I feel like if you don't know what you want to do college instead. If you have an idea, that's a different story. You don't need to go to college. Like, work and get seed money and then start your own business.
Would you recommend running start to someone?
Oh, for sure. Don't take the calc series classes here. They're so evil. Take them out of community college somewhere.
No, that was both of us actually. We both took the calculus series and that like weeded us out of like CS and like info and things like that.
I'm so thankful I took the the calc classes.
You're the smart one here. Sweet. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, have a good one.
I just graduated, but college is absolutely worth it. The job market will hire you. It's also a wonderful experience if you get into the right clubs. I was part of Husky Winter Sports, and then I started living in a college house, so I knew like everything that was going on that like led to house shows, and then in general that led to other stuff.
Yeah.
So in terms of like building connections, and if you will be prepared for the job market, it is absolutely worth it.
Intergalactic road trip at the Nook, y'all. Things at university.
I'm a freshman and I'm a comp sci major.
Would you say college is worth it?
For me, it's worth it because it'll give me a return. I have a goal of what I want from college, so yeah.
Would you recommend it to someone who's like looking maybe to go to college or like?
I think for sure it depends on what you want to do.
I'm a third year and I'm studying biology.
Would you say college is worth it?
Yeah, 100%. I think it's definitely worth it because you meet a lot of good people.
Would you recommend it to someone who's like looking towards going, like getting a degree or going to university?
Oh yeah, 100%. Because I think it like furthers your like, academic goals.
Are there any like pros and cons, I guess, that you can think of?
College?
Yeah.
Or to UW?
Oh, yeah.
I think like the pros is that you have like a network of people who like can help you further your education. I think the cons is just that it's stressful and it's like a lot of work sometimes.
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty much
Especially
it.
UW, right?
Yeah, especially UW, exactly.
Thank you. Yeah, appreciate that. That's a wrap. That's a wrap. Oh. So what does this all actually tell us? As always, the answer is it depends. There are a lot of external questions and things you have to really think about. Are you good at studying? Do you prefer traditional education? Are you better as a self-taught person? Do you prefer online or in person? Do you want a larger campus where there's maybe tens of thousands of people? Or do you want like a smaller one where it can be just a little bit more intimate? There are just so many personal factors that go into this decision. But regardless, one of the underlying answers that everyone at university says is that you need to know what you're doing. Also, disclaimer, everyone I interviewed was a college student, whether they be a freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. There is a lot of bias, specifically two types of biases. Number one, confirmation bias. I went to a university and asked people who are already in university if they think it's worth it. I mean, most people who are there who are already invested and trying to learn are gonna think it's worth it. To avoid that, I could have gone to a different location, but for time's sakes, I couldn't. Another thing is confirmation bias on my end. I went to university to ask students when I already maybe even knew the answer for myself since I just graduated from this university. Keep those things in mind when we're talking about my findings. But one of the biggest findings from this experiment, these interviews, you would say, it's really sad to say this, but college is no longer the place where you can really try to figure things out. And it makes sense. College year by year is getting more and more expensive. You can literally have up to $80,000 per year on the line. Just for what? To have a good social experience, try to figure out what you want to do in your life? No. First and foremost, if you are going to be considering university, you really need to know the direction in which your career is trying to go. Things you may want to study and potentially major in. What industry you might even want to go into. And this is something I wish I really looked into a lot more, but at the university you're looking at, out what's it gonna take to get into those programs. For instance, I came into UW wanting to do computer science. I know, typical Korean or Asian trying to get into CS, yada yada. I should have looked into it more because at the time it was about 20% to get in, and it lowered down to maybe even less than 5%. Tech overall is really competitive at UW because it's a feeder school to big companies like Amazon, Microsoft, Accenture, etc. So because of that, it's gonna be really competitive because the university wants the best of the best. And this goes to my next point, you should have a backup major if you can. Thankfully, I looked into what other majors could go into tech at UW. That saved my ass. If CS was the only thing that UW had, I would genuinely be screwed. I wouldn't be in tech right now. I wouldn't be doing what I love. Dare I say, I wouldn't even have the experiences that brought me to where I am now, making videos here on YouTube. You need to have that step-by-step plan in order to really come out of university with actual valuable knowledge and skills. When I interviewed, that's literally what every single person said. To come in with that plan and know what you're doing. At the same time, everyone did say that they love the social experiences as well. So I honestly agree with this and what everyone said. It makes sense to me. If you're trying to go back to college at all right now, or even you're trying to get into undergrad, these are factors I'm sure that will help you make that decision on what your next steps in life could be. But yeah, I mean, anyways, like I said, it depends on the person, on the individual. So let me know what you guys think about your guys' experience in college and if it was worth it for you. I'm actually really curious about what other people think, especially when it comes to college because it does cost so much money. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Make sure to hit that like button, comment, and subscribe. And again, bye.
Excuse me, sir.
Do you think college is worth it?
Hey, listen to me, Young Bucks. Top G speaking here, all right? Do not go to college. I repeat, 60 grand, I'm out here getting 18 an hour. What are you doing with your life?